breaking news to bring you. A 52-year-old carpenter from Surrey has been found guilty of murdering his wife in a rare retrial. It's 8 years after being previously acquitted. Robert Rhodes killed his estranged wife, Dawn Rhodes, at their family home in Redhill, Surrey. Our correspondent, Amelia Harper, joins us now. Good morning to you, Amelia. Verdict here in a very unusual case, double jeopardy, effectively.
Yeah, so this is the case of a rare retrial where a man who was previously acquitted of murder has now been found guilty of murder. 52-year-old carpenter Robert Rhodes has now been found guilty of murdering his estranged wife, Dawn Rhodes, by slitting her throat at their home in Surrey in 2016. The jury deliberated for over 22 hours. They also found him guilty of 4 other counts, including cruelty to a child, perverting the course of justice, and 2 counts of perjury. Now, in 2017, Rhodes was acquitted of murder at a trial at the Old Bailey. At the time, he had claimed that Dawn had attacked him and the couple's child with a knife. He had said that he had acted in self-defence. Both Rhodes and the couple's child were found with knife wounds at the scene, but we now know that that was part of an elaborate cover-up, and that is because of evidence that has come forward since the first trial from the couple's child. So in 2021, the child came forward to say that it was Robert Rhodes who actually killed Dawn Rhodes. This child, who was under the age of 10 at the time, said that they were also involved in the murder and that they had to lie about what really happened. The child said that the knife wounds were self-inflicted upon each other to make it appear like Dawn had attacked them. And this new evidence was so compelling that the Court of Appeal quashed his acquittal for murder, and he has been retried. Now, as you say, this was a trial that is an exception to the double jeopardy rule. Now, the double jeopardy rule is the principle in English law that someone cannot be tried twice for the same crime after an acquittal or a conviction. However, in this case, the evidence from the child was so compelling that the Court of Appeal quashed his acquittal and retried him for murder. And one of the questions that arises is, was the verdict in the first trial wrong? The answer to that, say prosecutors, is no. The jury made a decision based on the evidence that they had in front of them at the time. So for many years, Robert Rhodes has been a free man. He thought he could get away with murder, but he's now been found guilty.
And as you were saying there, Amelia, what is a particularly horrific case here, but also very rare in that it did come to retrial on the basis of compelling evidence given by the child, who was under 10 at the time that this happened. What do we know about that evidence which came to light?
Well, as you can imagine, we are not able to give any indication about the child or about their identity. They came forward to police with a different account of what happened, and as a result, that new evidence was so compelling. And remember, it has to be sufficiently compelling for the Court of Appeal to re-look at this, to re-look at whether that acquittal was correct, and to retry him for murder. It is pretty rare. It only tends to happen in a handful of cases, especially only in serious cases when you get an exception to the double jeopardy rule like this.